Hello, my name is Emily Gobe. This is my project for Dr. Longing's Instructional Technology, Tools of the Trade project. I have the topic of GPS, and GIS, and overall geocaching. So what is it? GIS is a geographic information system. It's a computer system that analyzes patterns on Earth's surface. GPS is a global positioning system that uses 24 satellites to pinpoint exact locations on Earth's surface. Geocaching is a modern-day scavenger hunt that uses GPS coordinates. I meant GPS coordinates. I keep saying GPIS and I don't know why. So everyday uses of GPS are mining, aviation, surveying, agriculture, marine, recreation, and military. These are industries that use these. So in mining, they use GPS to pinpoint exactly where they need to put their mines in the most efficient place. They also use this for farming and agriculture to know exactly where they need to put their farms for the most efficient farming. And military, they use it to locate all the items and planes and people and stuff that the military locates. So everyday uses of GIS, you find this in mapping skills, telecom and networking service plans. So these are the maps that you see coming up on the AT&T and T-Mobile commercials with the United States that shows you where the coverage is. They use GIS to know where they need to put this coverage at. So you also see in urban planning and accident analysis and environmental impact planning and safe navigation of waterways. And they also use this in safe navigation of planes, so planning the path of planes and what planes are going to go, what altitude they're going to fly at, and that's good stuff. So then geocaching has not made its way into industries just yet, although I could see people using this in their industries, maybe more in the advertising industry. But right now, it's only used in the educational and recreational fields. So in the education field, in the classroom, teachers are using geocaching to teach mapping skills, to teach different science topics such as habitats, and to teach writing, creative, and informal. So with the mapping skills, they're having students find and hide travel bugs and catches. And with the science, one teacher's idea was she was going to teach different habitats by going to her local park and hiding temporary geocaches. And she hid them at her park there was a creek. So she hid one at the creek, and then inside the catch it had information about different characteristics of that creek habitat. So then also you can teach creative writing. So when a student creates a travel bug, or anyone creates a travel bug, most travel bugs or geocaches have these stories that go with them, and in these stories there is like hints hidden in on how to find it, and then plus you have your coordinates. So I enjoy it a lot more when I go by the stories, not the coordinates. So in the classroom again, you have, like I said, you could teach formal writing, and you do this by when you go hide a geocache on land that is not your own, you have to write a letter to the landowner or the council asking permission to hide it there. So you will need to do this with a formal letter, so you can teach this formal letter writing skills with this prompt. You can also practice directions. So when you're hiding a geocache, you use north, south, east, west, or compass direction, and coordinates. So it helps students practice these directions, or if they've never even used them, learn them. So you can also use GIS and geocaching in your geography lessons. Most people already use GIS in their geography lessons because the maps that you see about the populations, about climates, those are all made by GIS systems. So you already use that in geography, but you can even expand on that by using geocaching. So then you can also teach any subject and pretty much any way by using geocaching, and you can turn a station's activity into a giant station activity on your school's campus or playground by taking catches and putting activities or exercises about a subject inside the catching and hide this catch for the students to find, and when they go find it, they do the activity and then they move to the next catch. So it's kind of like groups, and then they kind of have, that little scavenger hunt to find their next activity. So some websites I found that were helpful was, of course, this geocaching.com. So I don't know why this is taking so long, but so the geocaching website, they're trying to innovate and get into the education field. So they have created geocaching edu, and so this is for teachers to use, youth groups to use, youth group leaders to use, camp leaders to use, anyone working with kids to use. So first off, you have these videos right here about geocaching that you can use. I found the videos not so helpful. I'm not a video person really, so they're probably a different story for you. What I found helpful on here was actually this forum website that you could go to for teachers or youth group organizers or camp organizers, colleges. And I went to K through 7 because I want to teach K through 3rd. And you can get lesson plans, you can ask, questions on one topic in particular. Really anything you want to do. You can even ask questions, about anything really. You can even just, put your grade in there, and you can talk about all, just everything from your grade. So I just found this really helpful, and I even used one of these forms to find some information for this project. And the other website, this one right here, is actually a UK website. I think it's really helpful. Even though it is a UK website, I feel like it can really be translated over into the American school system. So it's called Teach Primary, and primary is just their elementary school. Of course, they have to have different names. Everybody has to have different names for different everything. But so Teach Primary, using geocaching in primary schools. Oh, okay. So you go down and it tells you all about GPS, and it's just telling you about geocaching, and it's just kind of explaining, you don't really know about it. This website's really for teachers trying to learn new stuff, trying to get new stuff into their classroom. So then you have this blended learning. It tells you just all about putting geocaching in your classroom. Then it goes even further into giving you ideas on how to put in there in your classroom. So it gives you a literacy idea, math idea, science idea, social studies idea, technology idea, and the literacy one. Describe what you feel like when you find your first geocache. That's an awesome writing prompt, and it was right there, free for you to use. That's why I think this website's so cool. Also, when you're geocaching, some people use these navigators right here. You don't have to have them in your classroom to do this at all. You can use an app on your phone. You can just go free for all and just use geocaching without even actually geocaching with the coordinates, or using these expensive navigators. But if your school would like to have some, you can get them right here on this website, under Hot Products. They also have other stuff on here that's not about geocaching. It's about other things that you might have never thought about putting in your classroom, or new stuff you thought about putting in your classroom, but you just weren't sure. These people may have tried it. You hear from all sorts of different types of teachers, all different grades of teachers, old teachers, new teachers, been around teachers. All of that is on here, free to use. You can even get lesson plans on here. I just thought this website was really helpful, especially this one blog post right here for this particular subject of geocaching. Okay. This is my reflection. It's a bunch of paragraphs. And this is my 5 sources. This is the Teach Primary website that I was just on. This is the website where I went to get the form page that I really liked. This is one of the forms on the actual geocaching page. So this isn't on the geocaching education forum page. This is on the actual geocaching.com page forms, but it was about elementary schools. I think it was put on there before they created the geocaching edu. This website, Grind GIS. I had no idea what GIS was before I did this project, and I didn't even know it existed. This website right here was so helpful for me to learn what GIS was. Yeah, so I hope my presentation was helpful for you, and thanks for watching.